my God! Welcome back. I'm Van and we are all the LFR family. Thank you so much for clicking play. Hopefully you click the like button as well. And please make sure that if you really enjoy this video to hit the subscribe button for me. All right, make sure you hit that thing and do me another favor. Make sure you go to LFRFamily.com so you can ask me about this bang bang tea. Now, what we about to check out today is something that's going on in Turkey. Over 3,800 people have died from an earthquake. Apparently, this is a big ass earthquake, 7.8 magnitude quake. As it says right here, powerful earthquakes struck Syria and Turkey, leaving about 3,800 people dead, destroying thousands of buildings and prompting a massive rescue operation. Now, the initial 7.8 magnitude quake was felt across the country on Monday morning. It was followed by aftershocks and then a 7.5 magnitude quake in the morning. Now, I don't really understand a whole bunch about earthquakes and all that. In DC, Maryland, and Virginia, we don't really have a whole bunch of earthquakes. But I'm guessing some people in the West Coast very familiar about that. I don't know where you live, but if you have earthquakes where you live, please let me know in the comments. This says race to rescue survivors. It says search teams have rescued almost 2,500 people caught under debris in Turkey. Now, the U.S. Geological Survey estimated the earthquake could cause up to 10,000 fatalities and initial damages of $1 billion in economic losses. Good grief. Goodness gracious, man. That sucks. International aid. President Biden said the U.S. was sending teams to Turkey, while Israel said it would send aid to neighboring Syria. Though the two have remained technically at war for decades, that's something that they're going to have to navigate. It's going to be real tense, you know what I mean? If the U.S. just trying to send some help up in there, and then Syria sending some help up in there, and they just so happen to see one another. Next thing you know, they beefing because they don't like each other. It's like seeing somebody that you don't like at a party or out and about. So this right here says several governments, as well as the European Union and North Atlantic Treaty Organization, are dispatching rescue teams and aid. This is what I like to see, man. This is what I like to see when people put politics aside and they look out for people who are really going through it, man. Look at these people. Like, they are really trying to rescue people that have been crushed. Oh my gracious, man. I can't imagine, bro. Now, this is a map right here. It just shows where the 7.8 magnitude earthquake happened at 4:17 a.m. And not too far away from that one was the 7.5 one at 1:24 p.m. Both are in Syria and Turkey. Plight of displaced Syrians. Northern Syria houses millions of people displaced by the country's long civil war, and the worst hit areas were where many of them lived, in poorly erected housing. Regardless, okay, they're saying that the houses weren't made of nothing, made of paper. They said poorly erected, so I guess the foundation that they were built on wasn't that good in the first place. But an earthquake of this magnitude, I don't give a damn how the buildings are built. Them bad boys are going to get shook some type of way. Rescue operations are complicated by divisions within the country into areas controlled by the Assad government and areas under opposition control. What caused the earthquake? This is what I want to see. All right. It says a so-called strike slip movement was the cause of the 7.8 magnitude earthquake near the Turkey-Syria border, where three tectonic plates are sliding past each other along an existing fault zone in south-central Turkey, according to the USGS. All right, so this right here has a correction for us. It says, correction, the earthquake that struck Turkey and Syria have left about 3,800 people dead. An earlier version of this post incorrectly said that more than 5,000 people were. Oh, so that's actually good news, because they reported that 5,000 people were dead before, but they're projecting that upwards of like 10,000 people are going to, be among the people that died. So they even got a little video for us. We're going to check a little bit of this out.
A massive rescue operation is underway after two powerful successive earthquakes in Turkey and Syria left thousands dead and tens of thousands of buildings collapsed.
Oh my God!
The casualties are mounting. Nobody knows how high this toll will go. This is a very earthquake-prone part of the world. This part of Turkey sits at the junction of 3 tectonic plates. There are earthquakes in the area from time to time of varying seriousness, but there's never been anything this bad in at least 24 years. And in Syria, we're at the back end of a civil war that has gone on for more than a decade. You know, more than 500,000 people killed, millions of people displaced. This area hit Idlib in northwest Syria, which is the...
Did y'all hear that just now? They said they have a civil war that's been going on for decades. With 500,000 people killed. How many deaths do they have to experience over that bad boy, man? From people just... See, this is the BS that I'm talking about, man. This is the reason why we need to get our sugar honey iced tea together over here, because people don't understand. Tensions are building up on all sides. For real. For real. People are starting to squad up, and they're hoping the worst happens. They're hoping that sugar honey iced tea hit the fan so that people can do damage to the people that they don't care for. They're just waiting for that to happen. And as long as we continue to feed into it, we're going to continue to make matters worse and worse and worse. And we need to understand that these right here, these are God's people right here. Understand that. Just because it's not in your backyard, don't think that this is not God's people. These are God's people right here, just like you and me. Sometimes we get so far removed from what's going on around the world that if it's not an American that's hurt, we don't even care. Most times we don't even care. Now, I know I'm not talking about y'all. I'm not talking about the LFR family. Anybody that's watching my videos, I'm certain you care, because that's the type of crowd we are, right? All I'm saying is we need to pay more attention to what's going on around the world, and we actually need to give a crap about what happens around the world as well as here, all right? America first, because that's where we are. That's where we pay our taxes. That's where our families are. Everything we know is here, but we still should GAF, you know what I mean, what happens in other countries. We should care.
This area hit Idlib in northwest Syria, which is the last rebel-controlled area of Syria, and it's run by jihadists, and getting aid there, getting emergency responders in there is just going to be extremely complicated given the political situation there.
People that's always jumping out there talking about, I would much rather live somewhere else than America. I want to live in another country. You clearly don't know what's going on around the world, do you? A lot of people who say that do not know what's going on around the world. You be like, okay, what country you gonna go to? First place they always name. The first place people name is Canada.
The biggest challenge is the sheer scope of the destruction. Digging into these collapsed buildings is dangerous work, and they have to go slowly. This has happened in the middle of winter in Turkey, and in not only just the middle of winter, but in the middle of a winter storm. It's been very difficult for rescuers to reach more remote locations. The offers of international aid have been coming in from around the world. The United States has pledged aid. Russia has pledged aid. Even Israel has pledged aid to one of its biggest enemies, Syria. So it's going to take a long time for us.
Y'all hear that, man? This is what I'm talking. Even Israel pledged aid to one of their biggest enemies, which is Syria. That's what I'm talking about. Like, come on, man. We need y'all to get right so we can whoop y'all ass. Come on. We need to save them. That's not funny to say, but you got to look out for your neighbors, man, period. At least try, however you can, okay? The thing that people forget about, though, you got to take care of yourself first so you can take care of others. If you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to have any foundation to hold anybody else up. You without legs can't hold me up, all right? You without shelter can't put a roof over my head.
Some of that to come in. So I think that in the immediate future, people are going to be relying on local authorities in Turkey, and in some cases in places like Idlib, they're going to be relying on jihadists and volunteers.
Wow, so this right here shows a bit of a graph right here, how the magnitude of Turkey and North Syria's earthquake compare with the deadliest earthquake since 1900. Whoa, my gracious. It was one in Haiti in 2010 right here that killed 316,000 people. One in Indonesia in 2004 that killed 228,000 people. My God. Hopefully they continue to save these people as much as possible. Y'all prayers are necessary. Your prayers are needed. I'm just looking at these pictures, man, and it breaks my heart for real. They said in 1999 they had an earthquake in Turkey. Just wanted to report on that because that's what we do over here. We're checking out real news. We're trying to figure out how we can be of help to one another. It starts here though, with the conversation. That's where it starts. Okay? The more we communicate, the more we understand one another, the less we hate one another because we understand one another more. The more we understand that we're all God's children, and things will continue to get better and better and better, in my opinion. That's not just la la land. I don't think so anyway.